Tampa Bay Roller Derby home opener. Doubleheader, Gold Coast and Gold Coast and Bradentucky coming from their hometowns to battle the Tampa Roller Derby Bruise Crew and Sea Sirens today. Be sure to visit your concession stand and enjoy some barbecue meats and sides from LBQ's tasty vendor booth over there. Smoked barbecue pork, smoked barbecue ham, and turkey salad. Try out the Corey Mindell Braden turkey sandwich or the Gold Coast Skis burger. Delicious ham and cheese grilled to perfection. Only 17 minutes left before the first game of this fantastic doubleheader.
minutes to roller derby. Grab yourself a cold frosty beverage. Check the Alba-Q stand. Check that out. We have some Alba-Q over in the corner. Derby in about 11.
Check, 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 check. We are good.
You are sitting down and do not have a drink in your hand. Remember, we have beverages for purchase. We have food for purchase. We have excitement that you need to demonstrate.
Bottom, he said bottom was for
A little more. There you go. Thank you.
Bottom for that.
And the side plate?
Front bottom.
What is that?
I think we're going to go with it.
Let me find some stuff out about the crowd. Is this an experienced roller derby crowd? Have you all seen roller derby before? Raise your hand if you have not. Wow.
No, for the scoreboard, there's an extra page, like this page that does the score. There's an extra page with a really simple menu that I can log into, and then it'll do, like, as you guys put in the rosters and stuff, I'll slide the rosters out so they can talk about the rosters and they'll show up on the
It's going to
screen.
be a wonderful game, and the second game is going to be equally great. How about up there? Anybody up there seen roller derby before? Okay, so that's a little bit more experience up there. All right, cool. the microphone.
Okay, we do have two questions. I was like, if we have one microphone, I can go outside. I am now. So now that I'm here, like, I only wear my top, so we're good. I don't have tops. I don't wear tops too. All right, I did this. I did a thing. And we have
2 minutes. I'm going to slide this once. Just once. I checked the last year. Is it like that service? Yeah. It's in the shine box right now. I'm glad we're here. Thank you. I'm Corey, and I'm standing here next to some guy named Hannah. Is he the guy from Fox News? I feel like I could end Fox News. I don't know. It could be. Although I think politics are a lot more sane and rational. So. And we know who all of you are. You are all fans of roller derby, and thank you for coming to the Wrecking Hall for the 2018 season opener of your Tampa roller derby. Oh, there you guys are. We have double-header action tonight. 2 for the price of 1, for the price of 1.5, you know, whatever the Fed's doing these days, you know, right now at this point. We're going to start off game number 1 with the Tampa Bay Brewers crew taking on the Gold Coast Girls. And then because by virtue of being our second game in the late game, our quote-unquote main event tonight, a Frankie Pinkman 2017 rematch. Yes, sir. Corey, tell them all about it. We have the Tampa Seaside Runs playing the Bradentucky Bombers.
And it's not just the Bradentucky Bombers. It is the 2017 Frankie Pinkman champion Bradentucky Bombers. Wait, there's more. It is the now WFTDA Apprentice League Bradentucky Bombers. The last of the sunshine.
Well, now that you point that out in the schedule,
I see it too at this point. So, and we got a thumbs up from our DJ. So before we get into intros, Derby 101, roller derby fans, at this time we ask that you please show your proper respect for the playing of our national anthem. The flag is displayed to our hockey scoreboard over on the inside straightaway. Thank you very much.
Does it sound like it's kind of intro for me? We're almost there.
So, roller fans, this will be our opening contest of our opening game, opening doubleheader of our 2018 season. First to introduce for game number one, the visiting team. In the red, black, and gold jerseys, representing Palm Beach, Miami-Dade, and Broward counties, the very best of South Florida Flat Track Roller Derby, your Gold Coast Derby Girl All-Stars! Number 0, Suki Steakhouse. Number 1144, Sun Person. Number 1492, Mush It Real Good. The veteran number 17, Choose Business! Number 3, Anakin Skyblocker! Number 313, Shilligan! Number 390, Sassy Julia! 404, Control Alt Defeat! Representing the 412, Crazy Eater. Number 5, Barbed Wire Gordon. Number 51, Low Strap. Number 60, Marglodon Shark. Number 82, Rageaholic Rex. And number Anger! Your Gold Coast Derby Girl All-Stars are bench coached tonight by the assistant captain, Soul!
Thank you, Vince Hannity. Ladies and gentlemen, the skaters are ready. The announcers are ready. Are you ready? The 2018 Tampa Roller Derby Bruce Crew. Number 5, Jack the Ripper. Number 090, Moulin Rude. Number 107, Meat Tornado. Number 241, Burger Queen. Number 30, Mary Chaos. Number 305, Smash Tag. Number 31, Snow Stoppin'. Number 326, Despicable D. Number 4, Tootsie Roller. Number 401, Inducing Pain. Number 411, Stout. Number 424, Zombie. Number 50, Rojo Grande. Number 620, Stella Knockout. Your bench coach tonight is Gary, and your team, the Tampa Brews Crew, is being coached by Chief.
Well, those are our teams. Special shout out and thank you to our officiating crew tonight, all our non-skating officials as well as our skating officials, including but not limited to Two Thumbs Up, No Hit Sherlock, Mick Hot Pants, Kilt Trip, Pete in the Pool, Base Invader, and Really Smalls. For our new fan, Smalls. Headrest Smalls. Smalls. For our new fans, we're going to do a brief demonstration so you have a rough idea of what's going on for tonight's action. Tonight will be 60-minute games, 2 30-minute periods, each period consisting of a series of plays known as jams. Each jam may last up to 2 minutes and can have up to 5 skaters on the track from both teams. There are 4 blockers. Blockers can play offense and defense at the same time. They're allowed to use their shoulders, upper arms, torsos, hips, booties, upper thighs. You have a 4th specialized blocker that you recognize by the stripe on her helmet known as the pivot. The 5th and final skater is the jammer. You recognize the jammers by the stars on their helmet. The first time they go through those blockers, there are no points scored. The jammers are just trying to get lead jammer. In this case, lead is going to Barbed Wire Gordon, number 5 of Gold Coast. The second and every subsequent pass she goes through the pack, for every opposing skater she gets by, she gets a point for her team. As lead jammer, Barbed Wire Gordon can let the jam go the full 2 minutes or call it off by tapping her hands repeatedly on her hips. First time through the pack, no points, just lead jammer. Second and every subsequent time through the pack, a point for the hips of every opposing skater you get by. Highest score at the end of 60 minutes wins it for your team. And Corey, we're about to get underway with the real deal tonight.
And there it is. The whistle is off. We have number 05, Jack the Ripper.
And it'll be 5, Barbed Wire Gordon, a veteran of herself, her Gold Coast, trying to go around the outside, and Kilt Trip will confirm. Lead jammer for the Gold Coast All-Stars, Corey.
The Gold Coast team is using a braced wall. Jack the Ripper having a bit of a hard time getting out of the pack. Getting some offensive help from Despicable D.
And nice save by number 17, Jess Business, with a hit to the inside for center track. Barbed Wire will get partway, call it off, only 2 points, but first points on the board, first blood, and the damage done by the Gold Coast All-Stars. Jam number 2, Seneguns with the star for the Gold Coast All-Stars. We saw her here in her debut about a year or 2 ago, and she was quite impressive. It's going to be interesting to see how she's improved over the period of time, Corey.
Going up against number 30, jamming for the Brews Crew, is the one and only Mary Chaos.
Chaos doing a little jammer defense herself before going against that brace triangle. But outside in, Seneguns makes it 2 for 2 for lead jammer calls. Inducing Pain trying to direct traffic up at the front of the pack, joined by Rojo. And great second effort by Chaos to force the scoreless call off. So 2 jams down. Score remains Gold Coast All-Stars 2, Brews Crew 0.
On this jam, we have Control Alt Defeat going up against Stella Knockout.
Corey, we've seen Stella Knockout so many times over the years. Tell our fans, especially our new fans, all about Stella Knockout.
Stella Knockout has a great power and finesse game. We'll see how she does in this next jam.
And nice save by number 326, Despicable D. Not looking fluffy at all, looking very tough. But second effort will make it 3 in a row. Control off the feet, blocker not found. Lead jammer Gold Coast. Stella with a star stash will get on out. Moulin Rouge with the hit out, slows down, control off the feet. She will tack on one more point before calling it off, Corey. So 3 jams down. Score Gold Coast All-Stars 3 points. Bruce Crew still waiting to get on the board.
Gold Coast doing a great job getting out there at Lee's jammer. And the Bruce Crew's doing a great job holding that score down.
Well, what I like what I'm seeing so far from Gold Coast, clearly the strategy is teamwork, hive mind, stay as a unit. Go ahead and isolate the Bruce Crew, particularly on that initial pass. Get that lead jammer call at all costs. And can they stop Barbed Wire Gordon? No! Barbed Wire Gordon will get the call. Now 2 for 2 for lead jammer call so far, Corey. And the veteran Rojo Grande with the defense on the apex jump buys enough time for Tootsie Roll to clear on her initial pass. But Barbed Wire Gordon will sneak in for 2 more points. And very much the nickel and dime game, Corey. But when you're able to shut out a team like the Bruce Crew for the opening 4 jams, you know, it's not a bad thing to do.
Scout has a little bit of a fan club behind us, trying to see if she can get her first lead jam for the Bruce Crew, going up against Cineguns.
The skater formerly known as Sam Antics, apparently Stout with a very serious outlook on the 2018 season. And Stout-hearted Lass will get the call. Lead jammer Bruce Crew. Despicable D trying to play defense up front, buys enough time for Burger Queen to get on up. But the damage done. And just like that, Corey, a 1-point game.
Stout playing a little bit to the crowd as she comes by to head to the bench. Putting 4 points on the board, Vince. Not too bad.
Well, clearly points are going to be at a premium. Corey. And with a toe stop work, Jack the Ripper stays in bounds. So Pete in the pool confirms Grand Slam, Jack the Ripper.
So that is our first lead change of the game.
Dare I say, Mr. Corey, likely not our last.
I tend to agree with you. There was a game that we used to play whenever there was a lead change. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
We'll cover that later. We'll fix that in post.
Okay.
Jam number 7 of the opening period about to get underway. Number 5, Barbed Wire Gordon back out there for the All-Stars. And number 30, the Chaos Theory. It's Mary Chaos with the star for the Bruce Crew. Chest business on the hit out and the drawback, but Chaos beats her back. Tries to avoid Crazy Yinzer, forcing the track cut. Outside lane, wide open. That is the hat trick for lead jammer calls, Corey, courtesy of Mary Chaos.
Mary Chaos saw the littlest of holes on the outside line and took it.
Burger Queen with a hit out and drawback on Slamper Sand. Forearm penalty will send her to the penalty box. Pack stretching out. Chaos clear. And Corey confirmed by Pete in the pool. A Mary Chaos Grand Slam. And with the star pass, Crazy Inzer now the active scorer for the Gold Coast All-Stars. Chaos can't quite break that pack for the second point, but credit to the Bruce crew. First 4 jams scoreless, and then on a 14-0 run, the last 3 jams.
Bruce Crew has done a couple of things that really can change a tide in a roller derby game. Not only have they gotten lead jammer, they've done multi-pass scoring attempts in that time when they were lead jammer.
Well, actually, if you'll forgive me for pulling a well, actually, Corey, points still at a premium. Eight jams of our game so far. No one has yet to have a second scoring pass in the jam from either team.
Interesting. We will watch how that can unfold. And getting back on the lead jam column is the Gold Coast All-Stars, Synagon's lead jammer.
Synagon's now 2 for 3 for lead jammer calls. Wide up on the outside. Great job by the All-Stars isolating 424 Zombie to clear out that outside lane. 4-0 on the jam, calls it off, makes it a 5-point game.
So would you say, Vince, that both teams are employing the get your points, reset, and come back onto the track strategy?
I dare say we might call it a hit it and quit it, a nickel and dime, as it were, if you will. But clearly, points at a premium throughout this game.
And that is a testament to the skills of the defense on both teams.
Forearm penalty that will send, looks like it's going to be number 82, Rageaholic Rex, the pivot for Gold Coast, to the box.
Despicable D with an extra effort there, but not in time. A Control-Alt-Defeat did get lead jammer.
Control-Alt-Defeat now 2 for 3 for lead jammer calls in the period. Pack collapsing, trying to fall small. Dare I say, intended anger doing the palmetto bug fall small technique, trying to avoid that low block penalty. Gets part way, they should cash it in time. No! Hello, Temple Terrace Police Department. I would like to report a Bruce Crew jammer stealing points on the jam.
And with style. That was a serious jump to get those points. She knew her time was short, and she grabbed 4 points for the Bruce Crew.
Again, said it before, I'll say it again, Corey. Points are at a premium.
Stout back on the jammer line with the star on her helmet.
Uh-oh, looks like Happy learned how to putt, as Barbed Wire Gordon was 3 for 3 on lead jammer calls, now 3 for 4, courtesy of Stout, with nice little solid footwork, and dare I say, Corey, the Grand Slam!
Stout staying on her feet really well.
Comes in around the outside, just business on one leg, but the second effort, courtesy of Rageaholic Rex, will force the call off. And Corey, that will make our first perfect 10 of the game and our first multi-scoring pass jam of the game.
I was so excited to have that happen, and now it has, thanks to Stout.
Well, Stout with a pretty good stat line, 2 jammers so far, 2 lead jam calls, and 14 points in those 2 jams. Gold Coast, in the entire game so far, 12 points.
I found my stool, so I'm going to take a seat.
Cineguns with the high block. First jammer penalty of the game, so this will turn it into a Jack the Ripper and the Bruise Crew Power Jam. Power Jam, popularized by Rocker Boy of Carolina and Dump Truck of Denver. It means there is only one jammer on the track and therefore only one team able to score. Nice job of the Bruise Crew trying to isolate Trap the Goat at the rear of the pack. The damage done as Jack the Ripper gets another Bruise Crew Grand Slam.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the corner over there, we have albecue. If you don't know what albecue is, think about pulled pork. Think about smoked ham.
Think about the best pulled pork and smoked ham you ever had.
And we also have smoked turkey salad. A couple of sides. We have mac and cheese and coleslaw.
And Mary Chaos confirmed as lead jammer. Slamper Sand couldn't quite hold on, goes to the penalty box for her efforts. And sees Cineguns right behind her and says, "Hey, how'd you get back there?" Around the outside of Rageaholic Rex. Rage looking for the call, but per our jam reps and our outside back reps, Chaos still inbounds for 4 points, 9 on the jam, and the call off Dr. Corey.
So that was another multi-pass scoring attempt.
Indeed. So far in the game, 2 multi-pass scoring jams for the Bruise Crew, 0 for Gold Coast.
On this jam, we've got Stella Knockout going up against Control Alt Defeat again.
I would call that a tight pack, Corey, but that seems to understate the principle there.
Both teams doing a great job staying together.
Stretching out, Bruise Crew has decided they will hold the line at the front of the pack with a brace triangle. Meet Tornado, Despicable D trying to hold the line. And Stella breaks on through for the call, Corey.
Excellent offense by Moulin Rouge to get Stella Knockout out for lead jammer for the Tampa Bruise Crew. Stella Knockout didn't need any help then. Just taking a good move to the inside, then the outside for another scoring pass.
Well, I kind of like a Despicable D right there, isolating the one Gold Coast blocker, distracting, and all of a sudden, Stella's like, "Oh, hey, bye, see ya, thanks for the points." Star pass to Crazy Yinzer, but she will not engage, and clock will be stopped. Team timeout if I see Base Invader correctly. This one going to, I believe, the Bruise Crew, if I saw the signal correct. We'll wait for our jam timer to confirm on that one. In the meantime, perfect time to go ahead and plug. We got to plug the albecue, man.
You might as well talk about it a little bit. So we have pulled pork. We have coleslaw. We have macaroni and cheese.
We got smoked turkey. We've got what you want to satisfy all your barbecue needs. If you do not like the albecue, you do not like barbecue. That is all I can say.
That's true.
Fans.
Or food. Or maybe you just don't eat food at all if you don't like it.
Maybe you just need to go on like some liquid diet from the future or something.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, and we do have cold frosty beverages in case you decided to drink instead of, never mind. There's beer in the back. There's food in the corner. There's a jam getting ready to start.
It's going to be Tootsie Roller number 4 for the Bruise Crew and Barbed Wire Gordon for the Gold Coast All-Stars. Bruce Crew at the rear of the scrum. All-Stars at the front. Great job by the pack to try and work that lateral movement to slow down Barbed Wire Gordon. Barbed Wire trying to isolate and break up the brace, but still doing a pretty good job of sticking together. Rojo Grande with a hit out and drawback. Precious time being eaten off that jam clock as 30 seconds gone and still no lead jammer, Corey.
The three wall of Bruce Crew doing a great job.
Yeah, Anakin Skyblocker now your active scorer, but credit to Tootsie Roller calling it off before she can engage. And the first time this game, Corey, that number 5, Barbed Wire Gordon, has felt the need to pass the star.
Yeah, that is a testament to the defense for the Tampa Bruce Crew. Stout playing to the crowd a little bit with some antics.
Some Sam antics, dare we say, Corey?
Dare I say. And we have some strangers in the house. Good to see you guys.
And unfortunately, a back block penalty will send Stout to the penalty box. First power jam for the Gold Coast All-Stars for the game, and Cineguns will get the call. Pack held up in the inside straightaway, just outside of turn number 2. Gold Coast starts off passive, then brings the heat. Inside lane, Cineguns clear. Kill trip confirms, grand slam for Cineguns. And Corey, those are the first Gold Coast points on the board since jam number 9. And if that weren't enough, Corey, it is the first multi-pass scoring jam for Gold Coast this game.
I think the multi-pass scoring attempts are going to be the talk of this game.
Multi-pass?
We got Jack the Ripper going against Control-Alt-Defeat.
People cheering for sociopaths like Jack the Ripper. You're a bunch of sociopaths, but you're cheering for lead jammer. That's what you are. Pack speeding up a zombie with great closing speed, getting up front, buying time to hold the line, buys time for Rojo Grande and the rest to get up there. Intended anger with the hit out and drawback, but doesn't get terribly far.
Jack the Ripper being recycled to the inside, quickly figuring out where to come back in, keeping it legal and getting around the pack.
Yeah,
great job.
Corey, got to give credit to the Bruce Crew blockers, because I'm pretty sure they held back intended anger from getting all the way back in the pack, making it a short trip for Jack the Ripper to get that second effort through. And whistles being blown, and somebody's going to the box. This one is going to be on, it's going to go on Zombie if I see Kilt Trip correctly.
So each team with a blocker in the box.
Ripper held up on the damage done for a perfect 10 for Jack the Ripper.
I actually had to sit down after this. This is an exciting game, and we still have 10 minutes left in the first half.
What?
Plenty of time to get a little bit more beverage. Go grab yourself a couple of beers.
Please be able to prove you're 21 and over, of course.
Not needing to be 21 and over, go grab yourself some of the Albacue.
There is no age limit on Albacue. Albacue is all ages. And Chaos just trying to power her way over number 3, Anakin Skyblocker.
Excellent footwork on the inside line by Mary Chaos, staying inbounds, getting lead jammer for the Tampa Bruce Crew. Oh, with an excellent apex jump and spin.
Corey, I dare say 5 of the last 7 jams, the lead jammer going to the Bruise Crew. No points on that pass, but the damage already done by number 30, Mary Chaos.
I did request that they play only Lisa Lucy.
And it's throwback night at the Skateplex to our 2006 season over at United Skates of America, at least as far as the soundtrack goes. But we've got a great soundtrack so far tonight, thanks to our resident DJ for spinning the tunage, keeping those beats going.
Stella knockout with your lead jammer for the Bruise Crew.
Stella, I believe, 2 of 4 on lead jammer calls, but said it so many times before, Stella just kind of that perfect ball control receiver to keep the chains moving, keep that lead jammer call going, tack on that 1 or 2 scoring passes to keep your momentum going. Well, Sisters doing it for themselves, gets past Intended Anger and Slamper Sand solo.
Oh, Stella knockout making it look easy on the outside line.
Now she's just showing off at this point. For her next scoring pass, she will clear the pack on her hands. Maybe not, but, you know.
Being recycled. Both jammers being recycled. That's Zombie recycling the Gold Coast jammer.
Good to see Zombie back in the 2018 season, wearing a Tampa roller derby jersey once again.
Excellent work again by Stella knockout.
Corey is an attorney. I can point out there's an exception to every rule, and typically they tell you as a jammer you always want to keep those feet moving. Towards the end of that pass in turn number 3, Stella not really moving those feet, but that's the exception there. Desperately trying to keep those toe stops in bounds to complete the pass. So you know what? The judges say, we'll allow it. And team timeout by Gold Coast, their first team timeout of the game. And perfect opportunity for you, if you haven't done so, to get a frosty adult beverage and some albecue.
So in case you did not walk over to our beer table yet, we have PBR, we have Bud Light, we do have Not Your Father's Beverages, and Barley Mow. Going over there, grab yourself a beer. Hey, Vince.
Hey, Corey.
Did you see the sign back there that says Wrecking Mall? That's our merch room.
We got a merch room.
It's a merch room for the Tampa Roller Derby League.
Can we get one of these fancy Vice Grip Vixens t-shirts at the Wrecking Mall?
I think I bought them all earlier.
Okay.
But there might be a few left. Anybody that understands and knows the Vice Grip Vixens, you can go buy a shirt if you wish. But we have other home teams that you can come out and watch. And now we're getting ready for another jam.
It will be once again Barbed Wire Gordon for the Gold Coast All-Stars. And on the outside, Intended Anger saving the lead jammer call to being attempted by number 4, Tootsie Roller.
Tootsie Roller being recycled again.
And she's only against a brace triangle as Meat Tornado in the penalty box.
So the Tampa Bruise Crew is going to be a player down
In
to the start.
In the meantime, Barbara Gordon coming back to the bench saying, look, you guys, I got 5. I got the same as my number, you guys. That's awesome.
So there is a one-player pack advantage for Gold Coast going into this jam. Both jammers are on the line.
But that's a tough blocking crew for the Bruce Crew. They're up against Inducing Pain. They're up against Snow Stoppin' and the veteran Rojo Grande. And nice hit out and drawback by young Sky Blocker. Out of the darkness into the light, Meat Tornado back in the pack for the Bruce Crew. Stout trying to power her way past Suki Skankhouse and mush it real good. Does she get it? Yes!
And Stout with sheer determination, your lead jammer for the Tampa Bruce Crew.
That was like a Tony Robbins motivational speech at that point. If you believe you can get through that pack, you can get through that pack.
Motivational jamming by Stout.
Indeed. I think we just found a new T-shirt for the Wrecking Ball. You're welcome, by the way. It is.
So we've got 0-5 Jack the Ripper going up against
number 82, Rageaholic Rex, first time with a star for this game. Burger Queen, Despicable D, the captain, and that is Moulin Rouge in there, buys enough time. And a little bit of confusion as Pete in the pool says, I thought I had lead jammer. Killtrip says, I had lead jammer, brah.
I learned a long time ago, I don't mention the referees much. I got in trouble earlier for talking about the referees.
Bro, you get in trouble for talking about co-ed teams, apparently. So
that has happened before, but thank goodness for the one and only Alba-Q. Go buy yourself some Alba-Q.
Barbed Wire Gordon continuing her campaign for MVP Jammer for the Gold Coast All-Stars for this game. She will take on number 30, Mary Chaos of the Bruce Crew.
I'm not sure if you saw it, but I didn't see the reason, but we do have the pivot from Gold Coast sitting in the penalty box. Actually, a pivot from each team in the penalty box.
There will be no star passes in this jam. And Chaos gets the call, but Jess Business, both with the angle and the momentum, hits her out, forces the second effort, swallows her back up into the pack. She will clear. That is technically completing her initial pass again. And no hit Sherlock in position, nods to jam repeat the pool to confirm Grand Slam, Mary Chaos. And great awareness by Chaos, sees Jess Business coming outside and goes inside to kind of shrug off the hit just enough to stay in bounds and complete the pass for 9 points on the jam.
Hey, Vince.
Hey, Corey.
You like beer?
I've been known to have an alcoholic beverage once.
Have you ever been to Southern Brewing and Winemaking in Seminole Heights?
I dare say I've been once or twice.
Do you know that Southern Brewing and Winemaking is the sponsor for the home team, the Black Widows?
I was not aware of that, sir.
Southern Brewing and Winemaking, the ultimate playground for home brewers and winemakers.
And it is a playground for Anakin Skyblocker of the Gold Coast All-Stars, who hangs on the outside lane and gets the all-important lead jammer call for the All-Stars. Moulin Rouge passes the star. Can't quite engage. Says, that's okay, I don't need this dirty old pivot cover anymore. I'm a jammer.
I am at the Jammer.
Je suis Jammer.
So we've got Tootsie Roller for the Bruise Crew going up against.
That's number 82, Rageaholic Rex. And Tootsie Roller forcing the cutting the track penalty on Rageaholic Rex. Lead Jammer Power Jam finds the one spot in turn number 2 where the varnish hadn't quite dried just yet. And Corey, it's good to see that we've got some Bay Area Derby Girls fans here circa 2010-2011 here in the Wrecking Hall. In the meantime, Tootsie Roller on her second scoring pass.
Tootsie Roller calling off the jam, icing the Gold Coast Jammer in the box. We're going to get a Bruise Crew power start. No, we're not, because that's the intermission. Maybe not. We will see. We might get a bonus jam. Vince, what do you think? Is there going to be a bonus jam?
I'm kind of thinking no.
We don't know yet.
This isn't Jeopardy, Corey.
It is, but you know what? Coppertail Brewery in Ybor City is the sponsor for our home team, the Switchblade Sisters. We believe in Coppertail. It's still up in the air. So they did put up the intermission clock, but we still have the referee huddle in the middle, and it looks like the skaters are still on the bench, Vince.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much what I see. So, Cigar City Mafia, ironically, Cigar City Brewing is the sponsor for Cigar City Mafia.
Well, you know, like you do.
Oh, it's Cigar City Cider and Mead.
And mead for when you're feeling just a little bit Skyrim.
Sometimes we need a good glass of mead. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time for you to go buy some frosty beverages as you get to have some halftime entertainment. I see big blow-up balls, and I don't know what else to say. Oh, do I need volunteers? We don't even... Everyone's playing this game. I see the excitement in all of your eyes on my side.
That might just be the acid chipping in, is all I'm saying.
All right, so are you going to explain it? Or do you... That's all.
And before we get to our halftime entertainment, we do have to point out a very special occasion for tonight. There is a very special Tampa roller derby skater in the house who is celebrating a birthday tonight, who is volunteering. So I would like everyone to help give me a birthday round of applause and cheers to Tampa roller derby's very own Carnivore. Happy birthday, Carnivore. She's so modest she refuses to acknowledge her own birthday applause. How do you like that, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. Are you ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karma. Happy birthday to you.
We won't tell you how old she is, but the fact that she is still a threat on her teams for travel team and league team is a credit to her and the Tampa Roller Derby. Okay, let's go with game time. Tell us what we got.
All right, the game today is really simple. This side is going to be representing the Sea Sirens. Can I hear you cheer? Woo! And then the other side is going to be representing the Bradentucky Bombers. I'm sorry. Woo! Let me cheer. So we're going to throw a ball up in the air, and the left side and the right side are both going to compete to keep the ball in the air. I want you all standing up. I want you all playing and cheering and keeping this ball in the air, right? All right? All right, ready? The music's going to start. We're going to get this done. I think we're going to do the best two out of three. Ready? All right, here we go.
Boy, I hope our insurance is paid up for this. That's a drop. That's a drop for Bradentucky over there. And that's a drop for the Sea Sirens. Up, 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 up. That's one more drop, and the Bombers will win it. Please don't break our ceiling, Bradentucky. That was Yakuza, wasn't that? Of course it was Yakuza. Damn it, Yakuza! Now, ordinarily, based on drops, I would declare the Bombers the winner of our halftime entertainment. However, subsection D32 of Administrative Rule 437 says that hitting and damaging a ceiling tile and lights leads to an automatic disqualification. So therefore, your winners by disqualification, the Sea Sirens! I'm sorry, Bradentucky. It's subsection 32D. It's always been there. I'm sorry. Fans, 30 minutes down, 30 to go. We've got 2.5 minutes left in intermission. Your last chance before action restarts to get some Albecue, to get some frosty beverages of your choice. Thanks, of course, to our volunteers at DJ in the EMT bench, all our skating and non-skating volunteers, and our photographic volunteer, Keith Ridge of Keith Ridge Photography, documenting all of tonight's action. Are you looking for autographs? Well, I do believe your favorite skaters will be available for autographs at the conclusion of this game, at the conclusion of the next game, and then our after party. So come on out to our after party. Hey, tell them where our after party is.
Hey, how you doing? At the Pegasus Lounge. Do you know where that is? It's moved. It's over on North Florida Avenue now. I'll see if I can find an address. It's awesome. It's fun.
It's a good time.
You get to rub shoulders with announcers.
Yeah, there is the time-old derby tradition. Buy your announcer a drink. Are we raffling?
I think we have a raffle to do.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
It's all you, dude. We got to find what we're raffling off. But if you bought a raffle ticket, grab that ticket and look at it now.
And if you've got raffle ticket, Corey, what are they even winning on this one? So we're pulling tickets and we don't even know what the prize is. Do we have a raffle adult in the house? Can we get a raffle adult to come to the announcer's table? We need an adult at the announcer's table for raffle, please. Do we have an adult from raffle committee? Can we have them come to the announcer's table immediate, please? Fans, we're doing our beauty basket raffle, and that beauty basket raffle is going to whoever has ticket number 154818. Repeat, 154818. If that's your ticket, hold it up high. Come on over to the announcer's table and come collect your beauty basket raffle. And we are underway at jam number 1, period number 2, Jack the Ripper and Rageaholic Rex. In the meantime, number 51, a little scrap sent to the penalty box, and that will be Jack the Ripper getting the lead jammer call for the Bruise Crew. On her scoring pass is Jack the Ripper. Rageaholic Rex through, but Jack clear on the scoring pass. Calls it off for a 4-0 jam, bringing the Bruce Crew score to 109. Gold Coast All-Stars holding at 25.
Hi, Vince.
Hi, Corey.
Good to see you again. I'm back.
Good to see you again.
Hey, look, it's Mary Chaos.
It is Mary Chaos taking on for the first time with a star tonight, Suki Skankhouse for the All-Stars, and now 1-for-1 on lead jammer calls.
Mary Chaos being recycled again.
And Rojo and the rest hold up Suki in the pack with the damage done. I'm not sure, Corey, but that's... I have to go back to my notes for page number 1. I knew I should have torn that page off. That is only the second grand slam of the game for Gold Coast.
So we do have one blocker from each team in the box. And we do have one jammer from each team on the line. We've got Stella Knockout going up against.
That'll be Anakin Skyblocker of the Gold Coast All-Stars. Meet Tornado, Moulin Rouge, and Despicable D trying to hold the line against her. Oh!
That was excellent defense by the Bruise Crew. Reforming real quick just to give Stella Knockout that time.
I love the alertness by Stella. Sees Skyblocker going in to try and get the inside lane. Like, just that much space to sneak in, and all of a sudden, boom, gone, lead jammer.
And I'm at the angle. Stella got 1 point, holding Gold Coast to 0 on that jam.
Well, credit to the Bruise Crew, even with that break in halftime and 30 minutes down and the mental drain it has in all the physical derby we've had so far in this game, they're still focused on that nickel and dime game plan. Sorry about that, Corey. Where are we at? Oh, we got a star pass.
So that was interesting.
Well, Finnegan's showing some pretty good stuff, getting lead jammer and getting 3 points on the pass. Tootsie Roller being sent off, having to pass the star to the veteran, Rojo Grande. And Corey, the fans in the Wrecking Hall want blood. I dare say, I believe they are imploring Stout to commit an aggravated battery. That is still a felony under the criminal punishment code. So Kill Trip says for cutting the track and that, go to the penalty box and think about what you've done. In the meantime, Control Alt Defeat, lead jammer on the power jam.
So that does give Control Alt Defeat lead jammer for Gold Coast.
She'll isolate Burger Queen, and Meat Tornado gets through for the Grand Slam for the All-Stars. All-Stars with a little bit of that passive-aggressive offense on the power jam. Saying, I might play offense, I might not. See if I do. What are you going to do about it?
So that's the end of the jam. 8 points for Gold Coast, Vince.
And I believe only the second multi-pass, at most the second of the game for Gold Coast. Yes, only the second of the game. Ironically enough, the other multi-pass scoring jam, they got 8 points as well.
Yeah, I have one extra. I was going to say it was the third. But you know what? You write that stuff down, I try to remember it.
Yeah, there's a margin of error involved. I think that's what we're trying to say here.
Excellent work by the Gold Coast jammer.
That is number 5, Barbed Wire Gordon. Thank you, sir. In the meantime, 6 jams into the second period, and Gold Coast going on a run. 4 of 6 lead jammer calls to them this period so far.
And Vince, this is roller derby, so 110 to 45, it's still anybody's game.
Well, I can confirm, I want to say it was last July, Tallahassee's capital punishment at home was down to the Fort Myers All-Stars by about 65 points, and by the final jam, they had worked their way back and won by about 12 in the final jam. So I dare say, Corey, it is not outside the realm of possibility with the way the Gold Coast All-Stars have started off the second period, and particularly with what the results they've been getting out of the jammers, like number 313, Cineguns, who clears on the inside, stays just enough inbounds to get the call.
And that's another lead jam for Gold Coast.
5 of 7 for the period. Burger Queen, Despicable D, meet Tornado up front. Hop around the outside by Cinegun. She'll get 4 and call it off.
It seems like the Bruce Crew hasn't scored in about 4 or 5 jams.
You, sir, are correct. The last scoring jam for the Bruce Crew, that lone point by Stella knockout in jam number 3. The first part of this period, very much a repeat of period 1 with Gold Coast working that nickel and dime, hit it and quit it gameplay very well. Just the only catch is they're down so far. At some point, they've got to find a jam to just blow this thing wide open.
Rojo Grande was tracking the jammer for Gold Coast. Got a burst of speed and got lead jammer.
And that is Control Alt Defeat. Speaking of blowing this thing, speaking of busting it wide open on the outside in turn number 1. Credit to Jess Business, and I believe that's Crazy Yinzer at pivot. Yes, holding up Stella knockout for now almost 40 seconds of the jam. But the star pass, Rojo now the active scorer for maybe a couple seconds as Gold Coast will call it off.
Snow Stoppin' doing a good job recycling the Gold Coast jammer on that. And then the Gold Coast jammer calling off the jam. So good defense shown by the Bruce Crew. Let's see if Tootsie Roller can do some good offense for the Bruce Crew. Otherwise, it's pretty much been a Gold Coast offensive show for the last few jams.
Tootsie need to skate real good this jam.
And there you have it, Tootsie Roller, lead jammer, Bruce Crew.
Can she kick it? Yes, she did. You know what you can do with a star in the head. Gets through as the lead jammer.
Absorbing a hit, getting some points. That's 4 points for Tootsie Roller. Calling off the jam. That is, dare I say, the first point scoring in 6 jams. Throwback to the Productor days.
Roughneck Productor. Hey, you can't handle Productor, you need to get out of the record hall, son.
The Stout fan club is cheering on Stout.
Well, I think they're looking for a throwback for Stout's old bowling for blockers days. And, believe that was a misconduct on Cineguns, if I see Pete in the pool correctly. So Stout now on the power jam for the Bruce Crew.
This is going to give Stout an opportunity to put a few points on the board, but first, let's see, let her get out of the pack.
Well, you know, I mean, it's kind of like sending the army to stop Godzilla. You can do it, but you need the whole army. Just like you need the entire Gold Coast blocking crew to try and stop Stout from getting through. But to Stout's credit, over the seasons, she's worked on the finesse parts of her game, learning not just power, but to isolate and to finesse. Working on that lateral game. So credit to Stout in her improvement over the seasons with Tampa Roller Derby.
She definitely had the lateral game on that last move. Little extra effort there by Snow Stoppin'. That counts as a multi-pass scoring opportunity.
Multi-pass.
She got a 1 point on that, so you know it's really interesting when the Brews Crew score. They do tend to keep Gold Coast scoreless, and the same is being held true for Gold Coast, and that's the story of this game right now. It's really a story of who can get lead jammer.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong on this one, particularly what we're seeing bear out in the second period. I dare say, outside of maybe 3-4 jams, Gold Coast has really been winning the second half. It's just that huge stretch in the first half from about jam 9 on where the Brews Crew just blew this whole thing wide open. Meet Tornado with a hit on the outside.
Looks like there's a conference that we are not privy to.
Yeah. It's like, did you see pass hips? I thought I saw pass hips. Did you see pass hips? Because I'm not sure if I saw her pass hips. Because it's kind of important to scoring, Lovey.
That was a really good impression of one of the referees, but I'm not going to say which one.
We'd like to thank Mort Goldberg for playing an outside pack ref tonight, and we'd like to thank Mary Chaos for getting the lead jammer call for the Brews Crew once again.
The pack is spreading out a little bit. Mary Chaos with 4 points. Your score, 123, Brews Crew, 53, Gold Coast All-Stars.
And a micro pack to start things off for Gold Coast. One lone blocker trying to slow down Stella Knockout. You would have an easier time trying to stop the win.
Good offense by a Gold Coast blocker. Springing their jammer out.
Yeah, just a tough start for Gold Coast, having so many blockers in the box, having that one lone blocker on the track. You know.
I mean, it doesn't take much to know how that's going to go.
Yeah.
But they recovered nicely because, I mean, they prevented the Brews Crew from getting a rout. They only put 4 points on the board, and actually Gold Coast threw up a couple points of their own.
Well,
so.
it's like going into a boxing match or a UFC fight. Sometimes you realize you're going to take some hits and you're going to get your, shall we say, butt kicked. But you realize you take a few hits to try and work through on your game plan, maybe rope-a-dope. You realize, okay, you give up on lead jammer on that jam, but you try and hold and contain the damage. And only a 4-0 jam on that, that's not a bad way to contain the damage.
No, they did really well on that jam, as they've been doing well all game. So the pack was speeding up on that jam, trying to give a little bit of room for the Gold Coast jammer. However, the strategy prevailed, and Gold Coast did call off the jam. So we have a 0-0 score on that jam. Looks like some sort of a timeout.
Team timeout, I believe, going to the Brews Crew. Maybe, sort of, kind of.
There's some conversation happening as well, so it looks as if it is team timeout Brews Crew.
Okay.
So, Mr. Hannity.
Mr. Corey.
Dare I say, there's an after party?
I would surmise there is an after party of some sort.
Dare I say, Southern Brewing and Winemaking, the ultimate playground for home brewers and winemakers.
Ooh, Southern. And, of course, Special thank you to Dr. Travis Moore of North Tampa Spine and Joint Center, making sure that Tampa Roller Derby does, in fact, not get bent out of shape. So thank you, Dr. Travis Moore, for sponsoring Tampa Roller Derby. And thank you, Barbara Gordon and Lee Jammer Call for the Gold Coast All-Stars.
Found a hole in the inside line. Took a chance the first time. Took an apex jump the second. Being recycled. Mulan Rude holding her back. Putting some points on the board for Gold Coast. 4 points to be exact.
Very happy, but a slight tinge of disappointment. Almost looking like she was trying to say the Jammer beat the bull. Oh, come on. I wanted 5, man. That's my number. I mean, it makes sense. It's my number. That's why I want 5. Don't give me 4. Come on.
Does it work that way?
Not exactly.
Oh.
But certainly working our way through the pack is Control Alt Defeat for the Gold Coast All-Stars. Once again, lead Jammer.
Tampa employing a braced wall, being broken up a little bit, reforming.
Nice hit out and drawback by Zombie, who will force the call off.
Looks like 4 well-earned points on that jam.
Now, Corey, forgive me for putting you on the spot, and feel free to put the heat on me for this one. Am I going nuts, or are we watching the Bruce crew basically play a prevent defense at this point? Because it feels like they're content to give up lead jammer, and they're content to give up 1 scoring pass so long as they eat time up off the clock and let things run out.
Yeah, I agree. That is what we're seeing. And as we say that, Mary Chaos pops out as lead jammer for the Bruce crew.
Mary Chaos said, I'll show you prevent defense.
You know, if anybody was going to show you, Vince, it would be Mary Chaos.
I mean, you're not wrong on that one. And Kill Trip will show Mary Chaos on the pass with a grand slam for the Bruce crew. Star is past. Rageaholic Rex now your active scorer for the Gold Coast All-Stars. Nice hit out by Burger Queen, trying to buy enough time. Chaos having faith in her blocks to try and get 1 more scoring pass out of it. 51 little scrap trying to run the bridge around the outside. Queen with the angle, just not quite the momentum on that one. But here comes D with the O for the outside block. Chaos will get part way and call it off.
The Tampa Jammer asking for a little bit of offensive help. Did get it. What they were doing on that, it looked like to me, Vince, it looked like they were trying to stay on the track long enough to empty the penalty box.
I think you're right on that one. Plus the benefit is not only did Chaos have faith in her blocking crew to try and get 1 more pass, but also run more time off the clock. Just keep heading off to your tailback, man.
Yeah, they still definitely had the advantage in the jam. Gave up 4 points, but they still had a point advantage in that. Oh, this is interesting. Stella Knockout is not lead jammer, but she is the jammer in the lead. That allows the Gold Coast jammer to call off the jam before Stella is allowed to get any points.
Yeah, Barbara Gordon getting the lead, but getting swallowed back over the pack like some beast from a Roger Corman movie or something. I don't know, maybe some Guillermo del Toro movie, I don't know.
That was good. I can't even come back to that. That was good. I just got to give you props.
And that is confirmed. Lead jammer once again Control Alt Defeat for the Gold Coast All-Stars. Gets held up courtesy of Burger Queen. She will get a lone point on the board. Corey, am I nuts? Or is Burger Queen...
Yes.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong on that one. But is Burger Queen the MVP blocker for the second half, particularly if we're talking positional blocking for the Bruce Crew?
That's a good point to make. We've got some offensive work being done there for the Bruce Crew.
Pack collapsing courtesy of Stout. Almost buys enough time for Skyblocker to get through, but Stout, courtesy, able to get back up on her feet, and Skyblocker in the box. So a Stout power jam.
I was so tempted, but I didn't do it.
I would not have blamed you had you done that, sir. I mean,
It was so close.
I mean, you need the echo effect and you need the bass deepener
I know.
for a Stout
And
power
then the
jam.
echo at the end.
And I love the track where it sees Anakin Skyblocker about to stand up with 10 seconds or less left under penalty. So it says, you know what? Let's reset, get the power start formation, get some fresh legs out there. I like it.
Now, they're employing lots of really advanced strategy. Right here at home in Florida, this is a high-level roller derby we're watching.
Indeed, the Gold Coast All-Stars have been to playoffs for the WFTDA multiple times before. They were at Division I in Kansas City in 2011. They tore through the brackets in Division II in 2014, I believe, ultimately finishing fourth, if I recall correctly, during that tournament.
Yeah, both of these teams are amazing. It's an honor and a privilege to be calling with you, Vince Hannity, and it's an honor to be calling both of these teams.
Oh! No pass, no penalty from that hit by Suki Skate.
A la Tommy Riggins, and the Ghost Blocker at the end of that jam.
Who let Ghost Blocker back in here? Was it you, Al? Did you let Ghost Blocker back in here?
I think Toll Time is the Ghost Blocker.
You might be on to something there. Jess Business, the veteran, handing off to Ragerholic Rex with the hit out and drawback. Almost suckers Chaos into a cutting the track, but Chaos catches herself at the last minute, but the damage done. Corey, as Shiniguns, gets the lead jammer call for Gold Coast.
Good defense there by Snow Stoppin to hold up the jammer for Gold Coast just long enough to make her decide, yeah, you know what, I'm going to call this off.
We're good. We're good. Corey, as long as we're talking hypotheticals, two-part hypothetical, because you've got into the advanced game. Number one, is it a moral victory for Gold Coast if they can break the century mark over the Bruce Crew, as we call a team timeout for the Bruce Crew, their third and final team timeout of the game? So, two-part hypothetical. Is it a moral victory for the Bruce Crew, the Gold Coast All-Stars, assuming they don't come from behind to win, assuming that Gold Coast breaks the century mark? And number two, can they do it?
I'm going to go with number two first.
Okay.
I believe that they can do it.
Okay.
I also believe that there is still a chance for Gold Coast to surprise the Bruce Crew, because we have not seen a whole lot of jammer penalties for the Bruce Crew. If they have one power jam on Gold Coast, they've broken the century mark.
Well, it's an excellent point. The entire jammer penalty so far for the game for the Bruce Crew 2.
Yeah, the Bruce Crew have really kept their heads together this game.
Well, sometimes when you sit down, you know, it's not just, hey, can we run up 300, 400, 500 on some team? It's how well can we execute? We don't care if we blow off a 10 or 15 or 20-point jam, but how many times can we shut them down? How many times can we get lead jam in a row? How many? Most importantly, in a game like the WFTDA game where penalty management is key, how long can we stay out of the box? And I think you make an excellent point that outside of 2 jams, the Bruce Crew jamming crew has stayed out of the box all night long.
And that could be the difference right now of this game.
I mean, you're not wrong on that one, sir. You are not wrong.
Again, Cigar City Mafia, Cigar City, Cider and Mead. Coppertail Brewing in Ybor. They're the sponsors of our Switchblade Sisters. We believe in Coppertail.
And talking about staying out of the box, here's the crazy thing. Unofficially, Corey, Gold Coast Jammers have been to the box tonight 3 times. The Bruce Crew's only been twice. There are with the charter teams that would kill to only have 3 jammer penalties all game long.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, he ends it just a little too clockwise because the direction of gameplay goes to the box.
The smallest of holes, Stella knockout, lead jammer, Bruce Crew.
Control, alt, defeat, bring it back on the initial pass, insane to beat the pool. What the heck was going on there? On a scale of 1 to even, she seriously just can't. I mean, that was her facial expression coming out of turn number 3.
Stella absorbs a hit and keeps going around.
And I dare say, Corey, that hit by an intended anger would have killed an ordinary woman. Still a knockout. Not bad, kid.
Stella knocking again, heads up play. Feeling that little bit of a line and deciding not to risk it. Being recycled, calling off the jam.
Period clock now under 4 minutes. Score 162-78 Bruce Crew over the Gold Coast All-Stars. 22 points for the All-Stars to break the century mark against the Bruce Crew.
Strong wall. Braced by, I think that's Zombie. Snow stopping, Rojo Grande.
And inducing pain, the 4th skater in there, Rojo to the box.
Both teams recycling jammers, both teams getting back together.
And inducing pain will report to the penalty box. Clear the pack and finally lead jammer, Corey. Who is that with the star for the Bruce Crew?
That is Tootsie Roller, who gets lead jammer for the Bruce Crew with an apex jump, sticking the landing.
Anakin Skyblocker, now your active skater for the Gold Coast All-Stars. Rojo, Zombie, and Snow stopping up front for the Bruce Crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vince Hannity.
If you want to beat the rush before the next game for Albique, the next, what do we say, 6? The next 10 people to go to the Albique table and order food, $2 off your Albique order. Discount Albique.
Only if you say, no, you don't have to say anything. Just go buy your Albique. You don't have to say Vince Hannity special if you want to.
If you want to.
Vince Haney's special to me.
There are so many Scorsese movie quotes I can respond to that, but all of them would get me kicked off the microphone, sir.
And we're streaming.
Indeed. In the meantime, Rageaholic Rex with the lead jammer call. Stout looking like either she's trying to chase her down or put her in a full Nelson. I'm not quite sure which one it is.
Determined face by Stout.
Almost a little bit of the Mike Myers, Austin Powers, fat bastard. Get in my jammer. Or some other term I can't
got
use
another jam starting.
Oh, yeah.
Less than a minute left to play. We'll see if you become right.
Well, you know, bro clock twice a day, that sort of thing.
Both jammers keeping their feet moving. And the story of the second half Lead jammer, Bruise Crew.
And what I love what Jack the Ripper did on that initial pass, Corey, gets in low, uses the shoulders, challenges the arm links, or where the arm links would be, to try and force an opening, if not force a multiplayer block penalty. So I dare say veteran play from Jack the Ripper. Period clock hits 0. Jack the Ripper calls it off, so that is an unofficial final.
So, a lot of questions were answered. A lot more questions were created. The score is still unofficial. If you want to go up and touch the hand of your favorite skater,
we welcome you to trackside.
It is an unofficial score. We're not allowed to tell you to go up yet. However, as the referees work out the final details.
So see, you carry the one here, and then you add that up.
The scoring table's doing their calculations.
Just as long as they don't have to do it under Common Core math pedagogy.
And there it is, your final score. Tampa Bruise Crew 177. The Gold Coast Derby All-Stars 82. Go touch a hand. Go congratulate both of these teams and all the skaters. But don't go anywhere, because right after this, we have another game.
Indeed. Bruise Crew with a great start to their 2018 season, getting a win in the record. And a reminder again, next 10 people to the AlbaQ table get $2 off for your discount AlbaQ.
The Vince Hannity Special.
It's a special. Roller Derby fans, please welcome back to the track your Gold Coast Derby Girls All-Stars. Gold Coast putting up a good fight against the Bruise Crew, looking to climb up and improve their rankings, crawling up further into what was previously marked as Division II in WFTDA rankings. Certainly not the last we've seen of them in 2018, but the last we'll see of them tonight for March 3rd, 2018. One down, one to go. A Frankie Panky 2017 rematch as your main event, Corey.
Yes, and right now we have more beer, we have more AlbaQ, and we have more raffles.
What are we raffling off this time?
More raffle stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Stuff that they're going to give away. I can't find my raffle stuff sheet.
Hang on, I saw it somewhere. Here we go. Hey!
Nice, Vince. This is all you.
This is a fitness basket with a $40 value, as in I'm trying to fit this basket into my car to take home. And you will win this basket if you have ticket number 154820. Again, 154820. If that's your ticket, hold it up high. Come on over to the announcer's table and come get your fitness basket. Again, 154820. 154820 going once. 154820 going twice.
Can we tell you the MVPs?
Yes.
Okay, we want Burger for Blocker.
Okay.
And Jack the Ripper for Jammer. That's what she said.
Got it.
Mediocre raffle.
All right. 154820 going once. 154820 going twice. Let's pull another ticket. So the fitness basket will actually go to ticket holder 154804. Again, 154804. If that's yours, hold it up high. Come on over to the announcer's table. What do you got, killer? What's your name?
Christina.
Christina, you just won the fitness basket for tonight's raffle. Congratulations. Can I get a raffle adult for Christina to give her the fitness basket, please? Oh, my God. You really are. You're doing great.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some beer for sale. We do have wonderful sponsors like Cigar City Mafia, Cigar City Cider and Mead. Our other league sponsors are Southern Brewing and Winemaking in Seminole Heights. They're the sponsor for the Black Widows, the ultimate playground for homebrewers and winemakers, Southern Brewing and Winemaking.
Southern. Special thank you to all our breweries in the Tampa Bay area sponsoring our 2018 league teams. I dare say, Corey, they'll be coming up for, I think it's May 3rd? May 3rd, our home league teams opening doubleheader, excuse me, May 5th. May 5th. I dare say it's the revenge of the 5th.
May 5th is our home opener, huh?
I believe it is, sir.
That will be a monumentous occasion.
Indeed. The first time in Tampa Roller Derby League history, co-ed play will be encouraged.
We've got a lot coming up.
Hey, we do have some MVPs we need to award. Don't we? We have to award MVPs, don't we? Yes, sir. And then Jammer Block. That's all you. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and award MVPs for our first game starting for Gold Coast. I don't know if it's just if we have MVP trophies or if it's just a ceremonial thing at this point. We really do need an adult over here. But in the meantime, starting with Gold Coast, the Gold Coast All-Stars MVP blocker will go to 911 Intended Anger. And your Gold Coast MVP jammer for tonight's game will go to 404 Control Alt Defeat. For the Brews Crew, the Gold Coast All-Stars have reached a consensus. The Brews Crew MVP blocker tonight will be 241 Burger Queen. And your Brews Crew MVP jammer for tonight's game, number 05, Jack the Ripper. Fans, we're going to take a short break while the teams warm up for our main event tonight. We'll be back in a few. Perfect time to stop by for some Albuquerque, for some beverages, to stop by the Wrecking Mall for Tampa Roller Derby merchandise. We'll be back in a few. Don't you dare go away.